This is one of the most iconic Chinese American dishes out there, General Tso's chicken. A dish that was named after a Taiwanese general and was fully Americanized in New York City in the 70s. It has now become the #1 Chinese takeout item in the US, which isn't surprising given it has all the things we love. Hey, it's Laura. Welcome back to Dinner and a Side. Or, well, it's just me today, so I guess it's just dinner. But don't worry, today's dish is so bold, it will be able to carry the show on its own. Once you see how easy this dish is to make, you'll stop ordering it from takeout and start making it at home. The idea here is to turn this meal into something that you want to make at home, so we need to keep it really simple and streamlined. For me, that means prep first, cook later. And by the way, this process and this dish is very similar to orange chicken and sesame chicken, both of which we have on our channel, so make sure you watch those videos too. We're starting with 1 pound of boneless, skinless chicken breast. You can use thigh, but I think breast is probably the way to go here. You just want 2 rather large pieces, and we're gonna cut this into bite-sized pieces, about 1 inch thick. And we'll put those in a bowl. Now, the secret to that crispy breading is the batter. So add 1 egg, 1 cup of cornstarch, a teaspoon of baking soda, and 6 tablespoons of water. Stir it all together until it looks like a pancake batter. Finally, add about a tablespoon of olive oil, and then we'll put this in the fridge for about 30 minutes. While that's in the fridge, we can prep the sauce. The sauce is what makes this dish so legendary. From the name, you'd probably expect that General Tso loved this dish, but I don't think he actually even tried it. From what I've read, the chef that made this dish wanted that name recognition attached to his dish, and I think it worked. It's kind of the modern day equivalent to name dropping. For the sauce, there are a couple of things that we need to prep first. One of them is the chilies. So unless you want to melt your face off with this dish, and I know some people do, you might want to go with a mild to medium chili pepper. These are Chinese peppers. You can get them at an Asian store, or if you want to, you can order them from Amazon. I have a giant bag because I like to make this dish so much. And then you want about 6 cloves of garlic. This is what's gonna give all the flavor in this dish, so make sure that you use the right amount and just chop them up, slice them up. For the main part of the sauce, we've got 1/4 of a cup of ketchup, 3 tablespoons oyster sauce, 2 teaspoons dark soy sauce, and 2 tablespoons light soy sauce. You can just use regular soy sauce instead of dark and light, but it won't have quite as rich of a flavor. The dark soy sauce especially adds a really unique flavor. Okay, I'm just gonna say the thing that we're all thinking. This is not the healthiest meal. The chicken is fried, the sauce has a lot of sugar in it. So that's why I think it's especially important to serve it with some broccoli on the side. Whatever you can do to add some green in there, right? So I've got a pot here with some water, about 1.5 inches of water. And I'm just gonna add my broccoli florets in there, and it's only gonna take about 1 minute. It's super easy to steam these. I think it's also super important to add a little bit of salt to the water, just so we can give some flavor to the broccoli. So just throw some salt in there too. And then when you've got it up to temperature and it's starting to boil, go ahead and throw the florets in there. And I'm just gonna cover it and let it steam for just 1 minute or 2, depending on how soft you like it. Then you can pull that out of the water and let it cool. We're gonna do a double fry here so that we can get the chicken super crispy. So you wanna heat about 2 inches of oil in a pan. I like to use my cast iron skillet, up to about 375 degrees. So you do need a thermometer to check. You will also need to use a high smoke point oil. I'm using peanut oil, it's my favorite. It ensures that you can get the chicken all completely cooked with no smoke. Add the chicken pieces one at a time. You don't want them to stick together. Fry them for about 1 minute. Then scoop them out onto a paper towel lined tray and let them sit there for about 3 to 4 minutes. The double fry is gonna get our chicken really, really crispy. You go in with a lower temperature at first, then let it rest, and then crank up the heat another 10-15 degrees and go in for a second fry. It takes just 1 more minute, but this time they come out crisp. Remember that the chicken bites are pretty small, so you don't need to cook them for a lot of time. The longer you leave them in, the more likely they'll overcook and become dry. So stick with this timing. After about 2 minutes, you can go ahead and scoop those right out of the pan onto your rack. They are now shatteringly crisp. Now that the chicken's done, we can go ahead and make the sauce. I'm just gonna swap out my pans. Carefully move this hot oil. And I'm gonna use a wok for this. Just in case you're looking for the whole recipe or you wanna see everything or print it out, you can find the link down in the description. You can head to our website and get all the information you need about the recipe. All right, grab those things that we prepped earlier, the sauce in the bowl, the garlic, and the chilies. And then we just need a little sprinkle of oil in the pan. Let that get nice and warm. You also need to have a bowl with some cornstarch, about 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of water. And we're gonna leave a spoon here so we can mix it together real fast. Now, as soon as your oil has heated up, you wanna go ahead and add the peppers to the pan. I'm gonna add those in there. You should have some sort of spatula like this for your wok so that you can move stuff around inside just to keep it from burning. So we're gonna give these about a minute here just to get a little bit flavorful. Okay, now we'll add the garlic. Also, just keep that moving around. The more you move it, the less it's gonna burn. Burnt garlic isn't very good, so make sure you don't let it sit long enough to burn. Just about 30 seconds here, that'll do it. You'll start to really smell it now. Pour in the sauce and about half a cup of chicken broth. Stir it all together and let it simmer for a few minutes. Now for the cornstarch slurry. Stir that right into the sauce. Keep it moving until it thickens into a glossy, thick sauce. Don't worry if it seems a little too thick. Now stir in 3/4 cup of sugar and finish with 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. The vinegar will help thin the sauce a little bit and make it just the right consistency. All right, I think we have it at the perfect consistency. It looks so glossy and beautiful. Let's just give it a little try. Ooh, I think it's the perfect balance. Sweet, sour, a little spicy. It's delicious. All right, this is ready for the chicken, so let's get it in there. Toss it around to get it all coated in that rich sauce. You're gonna wanna serve this immediately so that the chicken is still nice and crispy and hot. So grab your plate of broccoli and we'll pile this chicken right up there in the middle. Doesn't that look incredible? That's a restaurant quality General Tso's chicken, and I think you can agree it wasn't difficult to make. This is a once in a while meal, so I'm definitely gonna enjoy this. You won't believe that sauce. It's rich and sweet, perfect balance of heat. I can definitely see why it's so popular. We have a whole playlist of fantastic Asian meals you can make with very low effort. Your next great meal is in that playlist, so be sure to watch before you go.